You are listening to an episode of The Extra Real.
Welcome to the Extra Reel, a special bonus episode of the Decision Reel with everybody who's just here doing, what would we say, these,
Extra
beyond,
reels?
well, not the Extra Reel, they're like side casts, if you will. You guys are always coming out for the side casts.
Yeah.
Right. So I appreciate that, because, you know, we got other things going on here. Besides the regular episodes, this week we're continuing looking at the Bad Boys. It's not trilogy anymore, it's quadrilogy. Is that how you say it? Quadrilogy?
Or series? Would it be a series?
Well, no, it's not a series, because a series of movies maybe, but it's not like a television series. The Bad Boys
Quadrilogy.
movie series, I guess.
I like quadrilogy.
Quadrilogy.
Oh, no.
We're looking at Bad
Oh.
Boys 2 in particular, the second one. Getting ready for Bad Boys Ride or Die. Is that what it's called? Ride or Die?
Yes.
I should probably look into that. I still am mad that the third movie is called Bad Boys for Life.
Is it?
Oh.
And they made a fourth movie.
See, I knew this wasn't a good idea.
Randall has a
He's
computer in
gonna
front
look
of
up
him.
everything.
Ride or die.
Ride or Die. Again, I feel like
That's what I'm here for.
they probably didn't think they were going to make a fourth movie, right? So you're making Bad Boys for Life.
Well, yeah, they're in their fucking 50s still doing these movies.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence is definitely close to 60.
Yeah.
I think he was older. Yeah.
We looked it up.
Look, Randy can look it up again. You could probably just click on Martin Lawrence right there underneath.
Will Smith is 55.
Wow. Ouch.
Oof.
My childhood. And
And
Martin
Martin
Lawrence
Lawrence
is like
is
59
59.
Holy fuck.
And he's still doing action movies.
I don't know if he's doing much action in those movies.
I guess we're going to find out.
He might be just like in Lethal Weapon. I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to Google for you. Tell me how old Danny Glover was in the first Lethal Weapon movie. Because I bet you he was not 59.
How old was he?
I'm going to guess 42.
That's color purple. I'm not good at this yet. Hold on. I got this.
He's under the
Lethal
gun.
Weapon.
He's under the gun.
He was 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was too old for this shit
At 40.
at 40. Martin Lawrence is 59, 58.
59.
59. God damn.
Still going.
I mean, good for him.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I think 3's enough, but
Well, we'll see if the fourth movie's any good. I still haven't even seen the third one.
what?
Yeah,
Well, I guess it's going to be a new one for you then.
yeah. When's that happen?
What do you mean?
When has there been a movie that I've reviewed
Haven't.
with you
That you
that
have
I
only
have
seen
never,
once?
or have never seen?
I don't think it has happened yet. Usually you see everything and tell me what to watch.
That's true. Speaking of, just downloaded today on the Plex, The Fall Guy.
I think that's on Amazon now.
It is. Well, you got to pay for it.
That was a good
You can
movie.
rent-
I
you
liked
rent-
it.
Yeah, so if you want to watch again, that's on there. There's some other stuff on there too. Just saying.
Liked it.
Yeah, it was good. Good old
Mhm.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
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 But we're not here to talk about that. We're
No.
here to talk about the,
No,
the
no.
Bad Boys. What you gonna do? What it's about: two loose cannon narcotic cops investigate the flow of ecstasy into Florida from a Cuban drug cartel.
I thought they were just cops. I didn't know they were narcotic.
I think in this one they are.
Oh.
Maybe they got transferred.
Oh.
Maybe they're doing something specific,
Oh.
like narcotics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
And they
Yeah, they definitely did. There was a lot of E going around at this
There
time.
was.
I remember seeing this for the first time, and I didn't know what ecstasy was because this came out. We'll get to it. Actually, I feel a little. Nah. I was 3 years before I graduated. This movie came out from high school, so I'm a freshman in high school. I probably
Mhm.
should know what ecstasy is, right?
Oh. Nowadays you probably would.
Nowadays, but
Yeah.
back
But it
in
was
Back
different.
those
in
yeah,
days.
days,
yeah,
Back in
it was different.
1995.
I just remember watching the movie, going like, "What is ecstasy?"
Did they
Looks
say that's what it
fun.
was?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I missed that part.
I mean, in the description of the movie, investigate the flow of ecstasy into Florida from a Cuban drug cartel.
I mean, that's cool and all what the description says, but I don't remember them saying it. I thought they called it something else.
I know they got the lady
I
printed
think they
on
just
it.
called it drugs.
No, it was E. I'm pretty sure they were talking about. They said E a lot in the movie, but also the drug of choice at dance clubs is ecstasy.
Yeah.
Right. I do think it's pretty fucked up the scene in which the guy overdoses and they just drag his ass
him
out to an ambulance, but then throw them out of the ambulance into the fucking street. Like, yeah, I don't
that's
want.
fucked up.
I don't need this in my club. Maybe.
Well,
Hmm.
he probably didn't.
Yeah, he's trying to run a business.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be having
It's a good
people just
business call.
yeah, you can't have people ODing in the club. You got to keep the
Nobody's
party
gonna
going.
want to come anymore.
Exactly.
Oh, great! I'm going to overdose too.
Good for him. He's just
Yeah,
being a good
smart.
businessman. Yeah, smart. Where to watch this? You can watch it on Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, Google Play, Apple TV, and Fandango at home. We're back at this again. This is a new thing. It's big.
Yeah, didn't they change something?
You can look it up. What
Yeah.
what was Fandango at home previously, or what is merging into that?
Formerly known as Voodoo. Voodoo.
That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if there was like people aren't using Voodoo because they just don't know the name and they think it's weird. Let's get a big name that could be like recognizable,
And Fandango is definitely that.
right?
Yeah.
Tell you, I don't know the last time I used Fandango to get tickets.
Is it still a website?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's big.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's definitely
See,
still a
you just
website.
want to look things up.
I do.
He's like, this
I have
is fun.
all the power.
Right, he's got the
I
everything
knew
at
this
his.
was gonna be a problem.
Hey, you know what? It's fine. Get you doing stuff.
Yeah.
Get you out there. You're
It works out.
the reference guy now.
I like it.
Yeah, sure.
This is
What
the
else
way.
do you like? Do you like this movie?
I do.
Do you?
I've seen it a lot.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
I had it on DVD when I was living at my aunt's house.
Sure.
I guess squatting at my aunt's house when she moved out.
Squatting. Okay.
And we had one of
that's-
those like the really big box TVs. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Yeah.
the deep ones,
So like a projection TV or just a regular.
like one you would win
Cafe
at like the Moose Lodge,
I've never.
because that's
been-
where it came
I've
from.
never been to the Moose Lodge.
The really big box TV.
Yeah, so projection TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's not glass. Like if
No,
you hit it,
it
yeah,
was
okay,
like the
so
screen
it's
was
not a
coming off
CRT.
eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a projection TV.
Yeah. Just used to watch it on that all the time. That and all of the Rush Hour movies.
Of course, because
Yeah.
why not?
Mhm.
Lee.
We're
Sorry.
not going back to that.
We could. No, we could not. A funny story about projection TV. So for the longest time, when were those TVs? When were they? Probably like 2008, 2010
Maybe a
ish.
little before that.
Maybe before that. Yeah, probably. Well, Tiffany's dad bought a nice one back in the day. It was in their living room for a while. Ever since I've known her, and we've been married for 10 years, but ever
Mhm.
since I've known her, this TV has been in her living room and has not worked. It's just been there. And he keeps saying every year, I'm going to get parts for it. I'm going to fix it. It's a really good TV.
Why would you fix that thing?
Well, I keep telling him, guy, this is old shit. It's not going to look good. You can buy a TV at Walmart for $100 that's going to look better than this thing. No, it's a great TV. I spent a lot of money on it. I'm going to fix it. Well, he never fixed it. And I said, well, one year, let's just grab it, take it outside, and fucking light it on fire.
Yeah.
Because
Did
that's
you?
all it's good. I think they got somebody else to take it away finally, like last year after dealing with it for 10 years of every Christmas coming over going, let's take it out right now. I'm here.
Yeah. Wait, it probably weighed like fucking
Oh, yeah, a lot.
50, 200 pounds.
Probably more than that. It was a big boy.
It was popular in 1990s,
Mm,
80s and 90s.
No, you're looking at the wrong thing. A
How's the
rear
picture?
projection screen TV
RPTV.
that is HD.
Okay, well, you didn't get that specific.
Well, okay,
I'm
even
just
if
doing my best over here.
okay, I'll give you that. Those were early 2000s, mid 2000s
Yeah.
TVs.
Early 2000s.
There you go.
Good job.
Look at me. I don't even need the Google.
Were they
I'm-
cheap?
No, no. Those were the top of the line type of television back then. So basically, it took a projector, but it put a projector inside that housing,
Mm-hmm.
and it had 3 different colors. So you had your primary colors that had different lights that shot to the screen and then in reverse and then shot back onto the screen. So what you're watching was a projection. So it wasn't as bright as it could be because it's going into something to something.
Yeah.
Right, so you're already losing there, and then the picture quality just wasn't great. You got 720p at most. Obviously, towards the end, they were 1080, but it were just
Not good.
not good. Now, how would I say, LCDs, when they came along, the problem with LCDs is you get like artifacting or trailing or like jittering a little bit. These didn't have that. Plasma TVs don't have that. People said plasmas were shit. I disagree. I think plasmas were the best TVs to ever hit the market.
So did Michael Scott when he got his plasma TV.
I have a very big qualm about that episode. That is
Why?
not a plasma TV. You cannot buy a plasma TV that small, number one. Number two, that was I had that same model TV, and I know it's not a plasma because I used to touch the screen.
Nobody's looking into it that far, Steven.
Me, I am.
You're the only one.
I think there was a Reddit forum or post about it too, where they're just like during like, because back in the day, well, they still do it now, but like when there's a big TV show and there's an episode, they do like an episode discussion like on the Reddit page of whatever it is. And I remember being on that and like people were like, that's not a plasma. That is not a plasma. Plasmas are only 40 and up. I was like, exactly. 32 and up, but
Fucking nerds.
I used to sell TVs, so I know a lot about them. So if you want,
And Sears.
yes, I used to work at Sears. The problem was I had to know everything because it wasn't just one department. So I worked in every department.
But you probably wanted to know everything too.
Yes,
Yeah.
because the problem was on slow days, what do?
You
just-
worked there.
You just
Oh.
stood there and okay, let me
nothing. Yeah.
find out about this thing so I can sell it and make money, right?
Mhm.
So I would figure out what I could.
It was commission.
It
Like
was
sales?
it was so it was there was a base pay, wasn't a lot, and then it was commission.
Yeah.
And then if you sold the protection agreement, so like the 5 years, 3 years, whatever, that's where you made your money.
Oh,
Oh, I was a swindler, my man.
I bet you were.
I would
You
sell
still
the
are.
fuck out of those things and make money. But
Yeah.
you know what? I will say Sears did have a very good agreement. I remember reading it finally, like to figure out how I could sell it. And the best thing about it was if you buy it and in the first year you're like, I'm never going to use this, you can return it and get your money back. But I don't get that money taken from me. So if you buy it, right, and it costs $300, $500, whatever dollars, it's a frog. We are by a pond, and it's close to outside. Trust me,
They were
everybody's
loud
like,
last night.
"What the fuck is that?" They're just frogs. They're just trying to have a good night,
They're getting it on.
just croaking.
The frogs?
The
Yeah.
frogs, yeah, they do the sex. That's how they make
The
tadpoles.
sex.
No, I
Yeah.
know, but I didn't know that's
Okay.
what the sound was.
They're trying to lure in a mate. But,
Love
hey,
that for them.
hey, come here. No, fuck you. That's that's what they try there.
Moving on.
Anyways, moving on. Bad Boys 2.
I meant the frogs, but yes, us too.
Oh, sure. Bad Boys 2. This is written by Ron Shelton and Jerry Stahl. It's directed by none other than Michael Bay.
Same writers.
Same, not different writers, but
Oh.
same director from
Oh,
the first Bad
yeah.
Boys. Obviously,
And there was a lot more flames in this one.
I think this is where Michael Bay kind of came into his own. Obviously, Armageddon's before this. He did that. Obviously, there's some other bigger movies too, but I feel like this is where he finally nailed his style. If you watch this movie and you watch Transformers back to back, it's almost like the same, not movie, but the same
Shot style.
Yeah, the same
style,
shooting
whatever,
style,
yeah.
the same cinematic quality, the same weirdly, I don't know, it feels like there's a blue filter on the screen at times and stuff like that, or super sharp effects where I don't know, you're getting a flash in the eye of something and you're like, all right, cool, guy.
Mhm.
That turned into that 2000s type of movie style. If you've watched a lot of movies in this era, it's all those movies look like that. I don't like it because it dates it. You know what I mean? You watch these movies, you watch Transformers 1, you watch this movie, you watch a couple other movies in this era, and you're like, they all kind of look the same.
Yeah. But I mean, that was
That was the
time?
style, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, and everyone's trying to keep up with each other, right?
Mhm.
Look, when The Matrix came out, everybody went, oh shit, we need to do slow motion ninja style kicking and shooting. This movie has it. Think of all the slow-mo bullet time effects in this.
in the little shack or
Mhm.
abandoned house, wherever.
Well, even in the beginning, when they're shooting up the KKK clan, there's a shot where
Oh,
the
yeah.
bullet goes through those
Yeah.
things and goes through Martin Lawrence's ass, and then shoots whatever, and even the guy gets it in the neck and all that
Mhm.
stuff. That's how that's from the Matrix. Without the Matrix, you don't get shit like this. So
Does the movie come back? Do you know?
Gradually.
it looks like this. It's Bad
Yeah.
Boys.
It's been what? We were supposed to do it 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
something like that. Whatever. Hey, things happen.
Yeah.
We've been busy. We've been getting shows and stuff and having to drive places. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. This is starring Martin Lawrence as Marcus Miles Burnett, Will Smith as Detective Lieutenant Michael Eugene Mike Lowry, Jordi Molla, I don't know. It's Molla with an accent on it.
M-O. What?
Molla.
Oh.
The A has an accent.
So not moolah. Like
Molla?
money.
Molla?
Mola?
Whatever. As Hector. Gabrielle Union as DEA Special Agent Sidney Sid Burnett. Peter Stromer as Alexei. Teresa Randall as Teresa Burnett, Marcus's wife. And Joe Pantoliano as Captain Conrad Howard.
How old is Gabrielle Union?
Whew. 54.
She is 51.
Ooh, okay. I feel bad now because you never want
She
to
looks
say a
great.
woman's. In general or this movie?
Right now, I guess.
Yeah.
That
In
could
general.
As of 3
I
weeks
feel
ago.
like she does. Like she doesn't look.
We don't know what she looks like now.
age. That's why I was thinking about that because actually when I saw her like come up in the movie, I kept thinking like, oh my god, she's that old. Like she's old enough to be that old in this movie.
Right. Yeah. Well, you got to think a little bit before this, she was in what movie?
Don't know.
Come on. I said it's cold in here.
Bring it on. Yeah.
Yes. There you go.
Did you peek?
And she,
Did you
Oh.
peek?
No.
I thought I gave her a pretty good hint there.
I didn't even
I
hear
don't
you say
know.
that. My
No.
brain was immediately like, I know what movie she's in, and then I stopped hearing you.
Right. Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Rude.
But no, she she's in high school in that movie, and then
Mhm.
in this, which is not that far along,
That's a good point.
she's a DEA agent. So it's not like she's been busy. Let's just say she's been a little busy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I was looking at what else she was in.
A lot.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
Didn't you ask about that show?
That's a movie.
It's a movie.
Oh. Whatever.
Hold on. You've never seen 10 Things I Hate About You.
No, remember
No,
we
you-
started
Oh,
watching
that's
it
right, yeah.
here, and that was the first time we'd ever seen it.
And then you guys just went, no, we're leaving.
Mhm.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I see how it is. Cool. Whatever. Anyways, this is rated R for strong violence, action, pervasive language, sexuality, and drug content.
Lots.
Ooh.
There's a lot going on in this movie. It
Yeah.
is a pretty hefty runtime at 147 minutes. There is a lot that happens. There's a lot of good scenes in this. There's a lot of good parts where you're like, all right, this is funny, or set pieces, right? Like think about we were just talking about the scene in which they're shooting that house up and they're wall to wall with those people and it's doing like that 360 view. Like that's cool. And that's a
Mhm.
set piece and that's different than anything we've seen kind of to this point in these types of movies. So it's like it's adding something to it, but at the same time, well, The Matrix kind of did stuff like that. But now you're doing the same thing and it's like, okay.
Is there anything you would take out?
In
Make
the
it
movie?
shorter? Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, it works pacing wise. There's not like a lull in the movie. There's not a part where you're just like, come on, just get to the fucking point. I mean, the ending kind of goes on a little long. You need the beginning shootout scene. Without it, obviously he doesn't get shot in the ass. You don't have the funny, part in the video store where they find that videotape or the camera and they go in and like,
they're
my dad's
sitting
gonna
there,
my
yeah.
dad's gonna get mad. We're playing porn in the store or whatever,
Yeah.
and then they get on whatever, and they're like confessing to each other things, and they think it's like they're gay or whatever. That's hilarious. You need that. I don't know. I do think the ending's just a little too long. I mean, I like the whole part where they go in as the guys spraying the rats, exterminators. That's funny. You need that too for the plot. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's like too long of a movie. It's just it's a long movie.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
But
I mean, so was the first one. And the third one.
I don't know. Yeah, I've never seen the third one. Don't.
It's a long one.
Is oh well. Is it good? No. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
I wouldn't say it's the best out of all three so far, but it's not bad.
Okay. All right. Decent is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Sure.
Why doesn't it tell me how long this fucking movie is? Oh, 2 hours and 4 minutes.
Vanessa Hudgens is in it?
Sure.
Sure.
As Kelly.
Don't know who Kelly is.
Nope. I don't
That's
remember.
fine, that's fine.
Seen it once.
Runtime 147 minutes, like we said. Release date July 18th, 2003.
Third grade.
How's that make you feel?
Not old.
Oh, okay.
Not yet.
Makes me old. I
Were
was
you
Yeah.
watching this at that age?
probably
Yeah.
no.
You should not have been.
This is rated R,
Probably like
sir.
2005. That's when we lived in my aunt's house.
Still, I mean, good for you. I mean,
Supervised?
my mom bought me There's Something
No.
About Mary when it came out on VHS. So thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
This is
No,
why
I mean,
I'm the
that's
way
just
I am.
also how it was back then. Like,
You're right. It's
we
kind
weren't
of
watching as much. Like, we weren't thinking as much about, like, our parents weren't thinking as much about, like, what we were watching.
I mean, we were
just
playing
go
like,
you do your thing, whatever. And
we were
then they're
playing Grand
you
Theft
know,
Auto back then too. So
yeah, well, they're playing the video
Yeah.
games. It's
like-
fine.
No, I do remember. I think my mom and I actually recently had a conversation that she was saying that was something that her and my dad would disagree on when we were younger. Is like she didn't think there were things that we should be watching, and he would just turn on whatever. There were like many episodes of like The Sopranos or something that I was just in the room for that I remember
probably should
being
not have
young and
seen
being
it.
like, I should not be watching this.
Why am I watching this, Dad? Don't. I gotta see it.
But I was like also that at
Don't tell
some
your
point when
mom.
I was old
Right.
enough, I was that kid. I would like see he would turn on a movie and I would see that it was rated R. I'd be like, no, I'm not supposed to watch this.
What a good kid.
Oh,
I'm
You're
the
a
opposite.
fucking
Rated R.
nerd.
We're finding out a way to watch
Watch
it.
this
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. I remember my dad when we were living back home. He had a side job working for a satellite company, but this was the big dishes. You know, like the actual like
oh,
spaceship.
yeah.
Right.
The ones
that-
you like put in your fucking yard instead of
Yeah,
on your house.
Like
yeah.
you had to erect a giant
Yeah.
structure to put this thing on. He worked for one of those, and we got a dish obviously from it, and we got all the channels, right? So I remember he would always be watching like,
So obnoxious.
huh?
It's so obnoxious how big it was.
Yeah, but that's what it was,
Yeah.
right? You know what I mean? Like that's who would know any different. But anyways, I remember he'd always be watching like the movie channels and stuff, and I'd come downstairs and oh my god, what do you watch? I shouldn't be seeing this or whatever. It was nothing like bad, but I remember coming down one time and he was watching Starship Troopers, and it was at the scene. If you guys have ever seen it, if you're not, whatever. It was at the scene in which the brain bug sucks out this dude's brains. And it does it with a giant, like, into his head. And then, but I just remember, like, walking down at the part where his brains were getting sucked out. I was like, I shouldn't be watching this. And then just went right back upstairs.
It's like, oh shit.
Yeah. And that would have been 1997 because that movie came out in 97. So I would have been 9, 8 or 9,
Yeah.
depending on, when, 8 or 9, which that's a little, I don't know, that's that gray area there of, obviously, it's a rated R movie. I'm watching a dude get his brain sucked out, but also, come on, I got it. I'm 8. I'm 9 years old.
Yeah. I mean, it's like watching just horror movies as a kid.
True.
They're all, at that time, rated R.
Yeah. What's a movie that you watched as a child that fucked you up horror-wise that you still think about?
It.
Okay, I can
I'm
get on that.
terrified of clowns. still.
Yeah. I'm sure that
And fucking Final Destination. But that's a whole
Yeah,
generation.
it's like
the
complete-
whole
that's like-
generation is fucked up.
I'm not getting behind that log truck.
No.
The Ring was bad for me.
Which part?
Ooh, that was a good one too.
Is it when you see the girl
it's
in the
the
fucking
gir- the
closet?
girl.
Oh,
It's
me
just like-
too.
It really freaked me out. I like never wanted to walk upstairs
Yeah.
by myself for a while.
Oh yeah.
The Grudge
sweaty.
freaked me out too. When did The Grudge come out?
Right after it, like literally, I think like
Oh,
2004.
The Grudge really
yeah.
freaked me out. I
Which
was like,
one's the Grudge? I get this mixed up.
Sarah
all the
Michelle
time.
I was
Gellar?
like a little afraid.
She's
of-
in the shower and she like feels it back of her
Oh,
head, and there's
yeah,
hands
yeah,
going
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Sorry,
had like a brief time where I was kind of afraid of Asian people.
Oh,
that's not racist at all. But I get it. I mean,
It
you
was
never.
The Grudge. It was like in my brain. That was like I said, it was a moment. It was a very small moment
Yeah,
of
that's fine,
life
that's
that I
fine.
was like, okay, that doesn't make sense.
Well, I'm glad you've corrected that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because you
Yeah.
just can't just turn a corner and just oh
No,
Asian.
that was really
Right, yeah.
No, that would be awful.
That would be awful. So mine, I remember very specifically watching the movie Aliens, not Alien, Aliens, as a small child, and I should not have seen it, but there's parts in that movie, and I'm sure you've never seen it.
I saw the first one.
The first Alien,
Yeah.
you would have been
I
bored out of your
think-
mind. It came out in the 70s.
No, and Alien vs Predator. That's
Okay,
the one I saw.
Okay, yeah, they're completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different. Anyways, Aliens 2, there's like Marines in it, right? And there's like fighting, and it's badass. But then there's also scenes of like pure horror, right? And I remember me and my buddy would always like reenact like being Marines and fighting the aliens, whatever. But then when he'd leave at night, I'd be scared as fuck. Like,
Come
can't go to
back.
sleep. Like, all I would think about when I close my eyes is the aliens. And I remember how I got over this was I had a radio in my room, and I'd turn on the radio, and at the time, a Metallica song came out, I Disappear. And there's the music video is them, and it was for the Mission Impossible 2 soundtrack. So they were on, like, these, like, I don't know, giant fucking, it's not like a mountain, but it's like in the desert, you know, there's like those skinny ass fucking whatever rock formations.
Mhm.
They were on top of that playing the song. I made my brain think that the aliens were playing the instruments. So then I started laughing, and then I went, oh, they're not fucking scary, and then boom, out.
Love that.
So that's in my brain now. Anytime I watch aliens, I just think of Metallica.
I had a really hard time with like horror stuff when I was younger.
Oh, I bet
And
everybody.
I mean, it also was like because I am someone that has a lot of anxiety.
Sure, it gave you
That
more.
like really would creep into my mind, and then like you know how anxiety works. You can't once it's there, it's
You
there.
can't get it
It's
out,
living
yeah.
there. So that's how it was. Like I could sit there and in my brain go, that wasn't real. It can't actually be at the top of my steps.
But it's there.
But it's there.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it could be.
Yeah, I still have that from time to time. Like after watching a creepy or wild
Mm-hmm.
movie, I'm going upstairs and I'll be like, "Hey Tiffany, why don't you go in front?"
Yeah.
Just in case.
You go
has,
first.
Just in
it has happened. I mean, we watched all of those series
Mhm.
recently.
The Mike Flanagan stuff.
So we watched them all so quickly.
Yeah, he told
Um,
me, he's like, "Oh, we watched them all." I was like one series? No, we watched them all. I was like,
No,
"How? What
we-
would you just stop
Yeah,
life for like 3
I don't
days?"
even know how we
Yes.
got through them all, but we watched them so quickly. But
They are
I
that
did like there was probably at least one night after watching them that we were walking upstairs and I like kind of sped up the stairs, and then the other night I had a really bad dream.
Mm.
And like some of the characters from the show were like in the dream.
I don't
and
like that.
At the end of the dream before I woke up, I was telling him it was storming in the dream and it was like this dark like hospital kind of vibe, and I was like speedily walking away from something with other people, but then I could feel something or people like, kind of behind me, so I turned around.
I don't like that.
And the last thing I remember from this dream is whatever ghost thing it was, as soon as I turned around, it leaned forward and was screaming like directly in my face. And then I like jolted awake and I was like looking for him. And I was wide awake and just like our bathroom door was open. And because the window in there was like changing the lighting in their room. And I was like, I don't like it. I don't like it. And he was like halfway across the bed. And I'm like, hello.
Come here.
Do not touch me.
At least you don't just punch him in the face during sleep.
No, that was me.
No, my wife just punches me, just square in the face while we're
He
sleeping.
did do that to me.
Oof.
Another one that fucked me was Jeepers Creepers.
I love Jeepers Creepers,
When he was on the being the scarecrow and he pops out, it scared the fuck out of me as a kid.
but it's
I
awesome.
ran out of the house.
Good,
I was like, I'm not watching this anymore.
Not for me.
Can't do it.
but also
It's not
awesome.
just the
Yeah.
show. It's I'm gone. The
Yeah.
house is ruined.
I was at a
Everything's
buddy's
Burn
house.
it-
I was like,
burn it
nope,
down.
I'm
Gotta
done.
go.
not doing it.
I shouldn't be watching this.
But you did, and you know what? I kind of miss those days where, like, you shouldn't be watching something, but it adds more to it. You know what I mean? Like the adrenaline of watching something that you're not supposed to watch, and you're too young to get most of it, but also you're fucking scared, right? I miss those days.
Yeah.
You can't get that ever again unless you sneak into a movie or something like illegally.
Ooh. We should do that.
Okay. We're not doing that. We're gonna do that.
Deleted
Oh, yeah.
proof of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Delete it. We scrub it from everything. It's fine.
Bachelor
Uh,
party.
That would actually
That's just
Sneak
the one
into
thing.
that would be cool with fucking 10 dudes just sneaking in to every theater that has reserved seating now. No, my ticket clearly says
This
this.
is
Where's your
mine.
ticket? Right here, guy.
Can't read.
That's your hand. There's nothing in it. Looks like it to me. All right. So July 18th, 2003, the release date, the top 10 that week. I've said this a lot on this show. I'm going to say it again. I think this is the most packed top 10 I've seen ever.
Yeah, I've heard you say that a lot.
It keeps going. You ready? Number 10, 28 Days Later.
Which one was that?
Cillian Murphy's in it, the guy that was just in Oppenheimer. It's a really, really, really good kind of zombie-esque movie.
I don't
If you
think I
haven't
saw
seen
one.
that, there's a sequel to it 28 months later, I believe. And then there's another sequel that's coming out 28 years later, like next month or next year or something. I can't remember. It's coming out soon. It looks, it's going to be fucking awesome.
I should probably watch the first one.
There's 2.
2025. 28
So
years
next
later.
year. So next year.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I hope it is 28 years later. And if that is 28 years later, oh my God.
That's what it says.
Is 2003 to fuck. I feel old.
Is it?
No, it's not actually 28 years later.
Close. 20 years would be 2023.
28 Days came out 2002, obviously. So it can't be 28 years.
It's close.
It's not. It's 20.
It's more than
22.
20, buddy. I hate it. Anyways, number 9, Charlie's Angels Full Throttle.
Oh.
Thank you. Not a lot of people talk about those or think those movies were any good. I enjoy the fuck out of them.
Yeah, I think they're pretty
think-
good. I mean, I think especially for what they like at that time. Like looking back on it now, maybe
Terrible
not
movies.
as good.
Terrible
but like
movies.
at that time, I feel like they were really good.
They were a great, fun, action-packed, over-the-top, bullshit piece of shit movie that I enjoy.
Yeah.
And look, I could watch the worst movie ever made, but if it's like fun and enjoyable, I'm here for it.
And I feel like, you didn't have a lot. I mean, even now, really, there's a lot more. But back then, you didn't have a lot of like female-led
No.
action roles like that.
I mean, obviously, Charlie's Angels was from the 70s,
Right.
which good for them, but still making it today. They tried, and it
And
didn't
wanting
work.
to remake it, and yeah.
Yeah,
Although
yeah.
didn't they remade it again?
That's what I'm saying. They
Yeah,
did,
I
and it
didn't-
didn't. Nobody
I
cared
didn't
for it.
know.
But it was Elizabeth Banks directed it, and I think she said a couple things like, "Yeah, we're doing this for the women," and it's like, "Yeah, but this was already a movie. Like,
Mhm.
you can't make a movie like maybe do Ocean's 11 with all women." Oh wait, they did, and that failed too. Not because of women, but just because
Although I watched that probably a month or so ago. Actually,
Was it good?
I liked that.
I haven't seen it, and not because it's all women. It's
Yeah, I
just one of
tried.
those deals of it's on my list. I just got a pretty big list, and shit keeps coming out, and it pushes all this stuff back. And, yeah. So, number 8, the only movie in this top 10 that I don't even know what it is. How to Deal.
Mandy Moore.
Is it?
How
I
do
like
you know
Mandy
this?
Moore.
Huh?
How would she not know
think.
this?
I don't know.
Yeah, Mandy Moore.
Yeah, good for you.
The fuck?
Read the
A
synopsis.
teenager.
Yeah.
More. Delusioned by too many examples of love gone wrong, refuses to believe that true love exists. Then this new guy, Ford, comes along.
Oh, Ford.
Well, Trent Ford. His name was McCune. McCone?
Coon,
I just read that.
No, you read this one.
Same.
but different. But still.
Love seems like an alien concept. And father are divorced. Lydia, I choose the wrong words to skim. Like to read when I'm skimming
Mm.
like a paragraph. I choose the wrong words to actually read.
So that's somewhat of dyslexia.
100%.
You're reading
have
before you should
something
read.
wrong with
yeah.
me, yeah.
Yep.
Like OCD, I have that.
You don't have OCD, trust
Mm.
me.
I have a type.
I've seen your house. It is not in spick span like everything's got a place.
I wish.
That's OCD.
That's too much.
That is too much.
Yeah.
Speaking of too much, number 7, Legally Blonde 2.
I saw the first one.
I like the first one.
They were
Yeah.
both.
Equal?
No,
No.
first one was better, but I think that also at that point, like everyone just was attached to what it was.
Yeah, touche. They're also making a Prime series now for Legally
really?
Blonde with Elle Woods coming back.
Hmm.
So that's
Interesting.
good. I'll watch it.
Like we're in a real like time of remaking things. I feel like
Mm.
people have lost a lot of their own ideas.
We have been.
No, I
For
know.
like the past 15 years. Nostalgia is a
Yes,
big
that's true.
thing. Here's the problem, and we're going to go on a fucking rant. Here we go. Refill me, sir, because I'm going to need it. Give me an original twister.
In a ridge? A little ridge?
The problem is Hollywood does not have the balls to back a new original thing anymore. They go, I need to make money. What makes money?
That's fair.
Something that's already in people's minds.
Too
What
scared.
I wish they would do, instead of rebooting something that was already well received and good, I wish they would do like a remake of something that somebody tried and failed to do. Like, it wasn't that good. Let's try and do it again.
Yeah.
Like
you know
what?
what I mean? The Running Man. No, The Running Man was really good. With Arnold Schwarzenegger. I take that back.
You just love Schwarzenegger.
I fucking love Schwarzenegger. This is how bad it is. I'm forcing my wife to watch every Schwarzenegger movie ever made. And you know what? So far, she's like, okay, I get it. I'm like, yeah.
What was the one that we watched? The toy.
Yeah, fucking
You know what I'm talking
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It was okay.
It's great.
I'm going to find out what the scores were as you go on your rant still.
Sure. I think I was done. I mean,
okay.
I'm just mad that they're not trying to do anything original. And I kind of get it. Like, crowds aren't showing up for original stuff. It's kind of like, well, maybe they do, maybe they don't. But then there's also where, hey, this new original movie just won all these awards. Like, look at that Emma Stone movie, Poor Things, that just came out. Obviously, maybe her being naked and fucking everything that walks in that movie had something to do with a lot of people seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's
it was also a good
a lot
movie.
with TV shows too.
I agree with that. Yeah, you're right. And it's like, I get the whole, we don't have original ideas anymore. No, we're not giving people who have original ideas anymore the money to do stuff, right? Yeah. So then all those people who would have those original ideas and be good at writing aren't doing it.
Yeah.
Right?
I gave it a 6. Jingle All the Way.
Okay. What did I give it?
7.
7. Sure. I need to update that because I haven't done this. What's the last movie on that list?
Slacking.
It's probably 160.
157. Oof.
We're on 171 this week, so yeah.
Get it together. You have so much space down here.
Yeah, I know. It's just going to keep going. That is a long list. Let's be real. Yeah.
It's a very long
It's
list.
hard to keep track of all that.
I mean, you're doing good.
No, thanks. Yeah,
somehow.
Actually,
How do you have all these scores still?
Because I track them.
And you also do the episodes. So that was a stupid fucking question. I'm sorry.
Too, yeah. I have an Excel spreadsheet, actually, that every 2 months I go on and go, fuck, I'm behind, and I'll watch the last, 5. Remember when I had a notebook for you?
Mm-hmm.
That was the whole purpose of that. So you would write down the scores, so I didn't have to go
back.
with
it while I was doing it.
Yeah. That was so I didn't have to go back and watch the last 10 minutes of every episode
to find out.
Because sometimes somebody will say their score, and then 20 minutes later, Tara will say her score. Yeah. I think you know where I went with that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to find out the scores, and I can do it now because I have this. I could probably just write on my notes what the score is. Look at that. Thinking ahead. Boom.
There you
done.
go.
I like it. Number 6, Finding Nemo.
Oh.
Do you remember the address?
50. Is it just 52? No.
I know it's
Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Okay, there you go. I know that. I don't remember the number, but yeah.
I want to say it's like 52 or something.
Mine?
That's more than I remembered.
Sure.
That's not surprising to me.
Australia.
You know what's fucked up?
That's all I had.
That wasn't even one of the. That didn't even
I know,
say
but
Australia.
I knew it was in Australia.
What's really fucked up is if this was real life and Nemo lost his mom, his dad would have changed sex to a female and then had sex with him.
Fish are fucked.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Fish
Look
are
it up.
friends, not
Look it
food.
up. Look it up. It's fucked up. I remember seeing that and I was
That's
like, oh,
super
Dad,
weird.
God.
why would you tell us that? It's like, yeah, maybe Pixar should have done their research and picked a different type of fish. So if that actually happened, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, there's so many fish you could have chose from.
Right.
But then you wouldn't have had the
Sure.
What? You wouldn't.
You're not wrong. I do think the scene in which they're all in the fish tank in the dentist's office trying to escape, that's great.
There's a lot of good moments.
There is. Tell me the last good Pixar movie. Exactly.
Has Pixar done a lot of movies lately?
Yep.
I was gonna say, I actually feel like I have a hard time remembering which is Pixar versus anything else.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of those studios are now making movies that look kind of like the Pixar style just because.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Right.
hard to.
But also, though, that's a
Coco
problem.
was good.
When did that come
That
out?
was 2017.
2017.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Did
saying.
you want this year? Elemental. We liked that movie.
Oh yeah, we did. Like
Lightyear
that.
was okay. With Buzz. Did you
Mhm.
see it?
No, because I heard it was weirdly terrible. But I do want to see
We
it.
we do like Elemental.
Mhm.
That's
when
the
did,
most.
when did that come out?
23.
Yeah.
Oh, it did, didn't
That's
it?
the
Okay.
that's the
Toy
most
Story
recent one
5,
like
why?
listed on here.
They didn't even
Don't.
they didn't need to make Toy Story 4.
No, they need to.
The
stop
end of
making
Toy
them.
Story 3. You know why they're
So
making it.
bad.
Come on, let's be real. The end of Toy Story 3, I do tear up at, by the way.
Do you?
It's fucking heartbreaking, man. Him giving away his toys to that girl.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've seen that one.
I don't think I've watched like any of these though.
Exactly. No one's watching new Pixar movies because they're not.
Incredibles 2.
That was good.
Waited so many years for that fucking movie.
It was good.
How many years was it?
It was good.
It was 10.
That was 2017.
2014 years.
I was gonna say it was way. It was
14 years.
Wow.
2015. That was good.
I liked it. It didn't. It's never going to live up to the original because the
no.
original is honestly one of I'll say this, one of the best made movies of all time. Like there's no. You can't point out a plot hole. You can't point out a stupidity moment in it. It's genius
It was really
through
good.
and through.
Oh, it was right after Finding Nemo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a reason we waited 14 years for it,
You're right.
and us adults went and saw
Yeah, I'm
Wow,
still watching.
Pixar
it.
did so good for a while.
They did. That's the problem. Is what happened.
it.
Finding Nemo, Incredibles, Cars, Ratatouille, Wall-E, Up, Toy Story 3.
And then it
Brave.
drops off. Brave's
I'll
not
tell
bad.
you what
was good.
happened. They got a new.
People liked Inside Out. The Good Dinosaur sucked. It was so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, after
Finding
that,
Dory.
it was not the same.
Big Hero 6. Great movie.
Oh, I have.
That one's not bad.
Yeah.
I teared up at that too.
That was a good one.
When
When
was
his
that?
when his brother dies, man.
Not even on here, is it?
2016 maybe.
Was
Something
it
like that.
Pixar?
It was Pixar.
It's not even on here.
Yeah, it's not on here. Are you sure it's Pixar?
100% is a Disney movie.
I mean, it's Wikipedia, so
Oh, yeah,
it's
you're
not
right.
the most
Wikipedia.
reliable source.
Touche. Number 5, Johnny English.
Never heard of her.
You would like those movies. So it's you know who Mr. Bean is?
Mm-hmm.
It's Mr. Bean, but being a. You ever seen Get Smart with Steve Carell?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but
Love
with,
it.
with Johnny English is the UK version of that.
Okay.
There's
I
2
feel
of
like
them.
we watched that not that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. Like if you like that style movie, you would love Johnny English. Think of it as Austin Powers, Get Smart, and 007 together.
But for kids?
No.
Oh, okay. Was Get Smart for kids?
No.
No. Was it?
Who was the actor?
Mr.
Mr.
Bean.
Bean.
I can't remember off the top of my head. Why can't I remember his name? Something.
I don't know.
Rim.
Mr. Bean.
Oh, didn't we just
You
see
know
him
him.
in something?
He's all
Yeah,
everywhere.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you go.
Rowan
right.
Atkinson.
Rowan Atkinson. Thank you. I was trying to word it
That's
out.
right.
We just
Good-
watched
good
Scooby-Doo.
movies. Yeah. Which one? The first one?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Spooky Island.
I should probably put those on Plex.
Yeah.
Number 4, Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines.
Wow.
I just watched that with my wife. I wonder why.
Dumb.
Who's in it?
Schwarzenegger?
He is. The movie is not as
Did you know that? Or
Yes,
did
I
you use
knew that.
context
No, I
clues,
knew
or-
that.
context clues would help. The movie, my wife said, "Wow, that was a piece of shit." It's not as bad as I remember it being because I remember it being a pretty bad movie. It's just very. Terminator 2 is like the best movie of all time. Look at any list; it's one of the best movies of all time. Terminator 3 said, "We're going to take all the good stuff and just make it goofy and dumb." It was almost like the writers for SpongeBob went, "Yeah, we'll take this movie," and they
Mhm.
made it SpongeBobby. It's so bad. It's so fucking bad. But the ending of that movie, I think, has balls because, spoilers, they blow up the world and the robots win. Not a lot of movies will do that
No.
Oh.
because you're never going to watch it.
And there's also
What I love about that is I'm, that smart ass person that was like, oh, well, what happens? I'm like, everybody dies. I would have been right.
There you go.
And no one would have believed me.
No. And that's why I kind of like that movie is you're watching the whole movie. You're like, yeah, they're going to win. They're going to fix whatever or
Mhm.
make sure Skynet doesn't take over because we've watched all these movies and they always do whatever. Nope. Skynet wins.
about time somebody wins like that, you know?
Yeah, it's coming soon in real life, by the way. Anyways, top 3 that week. No particular order. You guys got to guess. Bad Boys 2's in it.
It's not under there. I don't know where they are.
No. Gone forever.
They're all over here
Why
for
do you
some
have
reason.
them
I don't know.
Dude.
There you go. You got your fucking your Scribble tabbles. All right. Bad Boys 2.
Mm-hmm.
Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl.
Oh.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That had Sean Connery in it, so just throwing that out there. He is a big motherfucker in this time. Randy, do you even know who Sir Sean Connery is?
I know his name.
Have you ever seen The Rock?
Um,
Nope.
Hard.
The Rock with The Rock.
No. Not Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, he was
He was 007.
Sean Connery.
Yeah.
And he was also in Indiana Jones.
He was. The Last Crusade. He's Indy's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is my favorite Indiana Jones movie. People say it's not as good. I fucking love it
What else is he in?
a lot.
The Untouchables.
You ever seen Entrapment with Catherine Zeta-Jones?
No.
It's really good.
Are you coloring?
Yep.
Okay. I haven't seen any of these other movies.
Sure, but you're supposed to be doing something.
I already did mine.
You
Oh,
did.
okay.
I hate the way you do that.
Don't peek.
I already wrote mine. It doesn't
Sure,
matter.
what
Don't
do you-
cheating.
I didn't even process what your order was because I just was focused on how much I hate the
Well,
way you do
I'm
it.
gonna read it, so it's fine.
Cool. So, Randy, what do you think number 3 is?
Pirates of the Caribbean #1, 2 League of whatever.
Did he
number
said what number
3
is?
Bad Boys.
Okay.
I was listening.
Sure.
Oh,
You didn't process-
that's exactly what I did.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are wrong.
Fuck.
It is number 1, Bad Boys 2, number 2, Pirates of the Caribbean, and number 3, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Okay,
Bitch.
see, here's the thing.
I was making.
That's what you get for cheating
I
on
It
me.
was
Lame.
no,
Cheating off
no,
of
I
me.
didn't copy you. My problem was him.
Sick flames, bro.
What did I do?
You made that whole thing about Sean Connery,
Yeah.
so it made me feel like I needed to put the league up more. 'Cause
Throwing
I
you
wouldn't
off.
have done
He
this.
does
order.
that all the time.
It was so annoying. I would have done a completely different order, but you got in my head.
It happens. But also, it is in the top 3. So Sean Connery did, you want to hear a fun fact about that movie?
No.
Sean Connery passed on The Matrix. He passed on, I think, Men in Black or some other movies that were big at that time, and he didn't understand like those movies because he's like an old school type whatever actor. So he took that movie based upon, well, it's going to be big because I don't know these other movies, and that was not a big movie. It was actually a piece of shit. And
What the
and
fuck
that
would
was
he have done in The Matrix?
I can't remember if it was The Matrix or it was something movies like that. Oh no, I think he might have been like Morpheus or something.
That would have been weird.
Also, Will Smith passed on The Matrix to make Wild Wild West.
I mean,
What worked out
didn't.
better because The Matrix is looked at as like one of the most influential movies of
yeah,
the 21st
but now we have
century.
wicka wicka wow.
You're right, because he would have made a song for The Matrix. What would he have done to that?
Matrix.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have been good. It wouldn't have been good. All right, budget time. What do we think it costs to make Bad Boys 2?
Oh fuck. 27.
Producer. You're supposed to write these down.
Oh, are we?
No, maybe
I thought
not.
we were
Okay,
guessing.
well, not
We are
now.
guessing.
We're guessing, sure.
Sorry.
27 is what he said.
I'm on
what he guessed.
27. What do you got?
Producer.
Dum, dum, dum,
40.
dum.
$40 million. She just threw that out there. She went.
Yeah.
You said 20, so 40. I don't know. The actual budget is $130 million.
Oh. Wasn't even close.
That's a
I'm
big
so
fucking
bad
budget.
at this.
Well,
I just based my answers off of.
Don't.
off
yeah,
of-
don't.
Well,
I
see,
haven't gotten
that's
any
the
right in a
problem. Is because
long
I
time.
don't know where I don't like have any real references. Like I barely,
Sure,
I
sure,
rarely
sure.
come on, so I don't remember. That felt low to me, which is why I went to 40.
She
but,
doubled it. That's smart. Yeah.
but I also,
One day.
I didn't know how much.
well,
higher to
let's look at that car chase scene in the beginning.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
as soon as you got. That's what I was thinking. It's
Isn't
like
it Will
all
Smith?
the things that happen in this movie that feels expensive.
Yeah.
Maybe a fun fact. I'll keep my fun
No,
fact
say
here.
it.
Feels expensive.
Will Smith actually drove the Porsche for portions of that, and he I think
Ferrari.
lost. Oh, it was Ferrari, wasn't it?
It's okay.
Didn't he have a Porsche in the beginning? No, the first one. I mean,
The first
still
one he
a
had a Porsche.
yeah.
This one he's
And then I
Ferrari.
think towards the end he almost ran into something, and Martin Lawrence said he didn't want to ride with him anymore.
That's funny. I have a fun fact I didn't put in here. They used 2 Ferraris in the filming, and they purposely, or not purposely, they didn't crash them. They didn't do anything to them. They didn't fuck them up. Martin Lawrence, after a take, opens the door and hits hits a wall with it, with the door.
That sucks.
It's funny, kind of. Box office. What do we think this movie made in its box office run? It's not 20.
No,
Let's just get this out there.
it's gonna be over the budget, which was 120 something.
The budget was 130. I'm not saying it's
130.
over that. Could be. Could be under that.
They're on the fourth one. I'm gonna go 145.
145. Okay.
It's probably fucked on more than that. 215.
215. Okay.
215.
What, you do whatever you want.
215.
What was your first guess?
140.
You jumped up a lot.
Yeah,
You did.
I'm confident with my answer. I'm not confident.
Context
Listeners.
clues here.
140.
140, sure. I was just going to help you out, but that's fine. Will Smith is a fucking huge goddamn actor at this point.
Yeah. he
This
was.
movie is a big kind of blockbuster, like, oh shit, Bad Boys 2, what you gonna do?
When they come for you.
It made $273.3
Fuck,
million.
I was closer.
Not by much.
I said 215.
Yeah, true.
I was a lot closer
Still
than
have
my
a ways
original
to
guess.
go.
But still had a ways to go. That's
yeah.
that's a big number.
Yeah,
That is really
it's
big.
not Shrek numbers, but
It's not Shrek numbers, but it's up
numbers.
there. God damn, Shrek is a monster, man.
800 something.
And
Good
then
for
the
them.
second one almost getting $1 billion. It's probably got $1 billion at this point.
What's the
The highest grossing movie we've ever done on this show? Probably Jurassic World fucking Dominion.
do you know what the highest is? Like,
Of all time?
Yeah.
It's probably Avatar at
I was
like
gonna
3
ask
billion
if it
or
was still
something.
Actually.
if it was still Avatar.
You could find out. I know in the top 10 or the top 5, James Cameron has like 3 movies.
It's Avatar, 2.9 billion.
Holy shit. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Uh,
2's
End-
probably
Endgame's not that
Endgame. I
far
was going to say
behind, yeah.
Endgame's probably there.
2.7.
And then Avatar
Avatar again. 2.3.
Oh,
He
Titanic
is a
number
rich
4.
motherfucker.
Mhm.
God.
I actually did not realize Titanic was number 4.
You got to think, how many
2.2.
times did they put that in theaters too, though?
That's true.
But also,
I can't watch all of the Titanic
why?
because it makes me too. I can't.
It's a good movie.
I know, but I
It's
just
You're right.
once it actually starts sinking, I'm out.
So you don't want to see
movie's
the
gone.
guy fall and hit the propeller? Because
No.
that's the best part of the
No,
movie.
and also like when I specifically can remember like that scene where everything's like the water's and the mom is like getting the kids like in the because they know they can't go off, and I can like immediately off.
Yeah.
I'm done.
The only part that brings me back is the old couple. They just lay in the bed together.
Yeah. I can't.
I'm okay with that because it's like,
It's yeah.
Fuck
you know,
it,
they're,
dude.
You know.
We're
good
going
for,
down.
Good for them. And then the guys are just playing. What a good fucking movie.
It is good.
The hands on the glass.
If we
Also,
were-
Two
if
VHSs.
we were on a ship and it was sinking, would you just die with me or would you try to escape on your own?
question.
I would save us.
Who's in the wrong? Is Rose a piece of shit? Or is Billy Zane's character, her fiance, a piece of shit?
Both.
What had Billy
I
Zane
think
done in
both.
that movie to make him a piece of shit? Absolutely nothing. He doesn't backtalk her. He doesn't tell her she's terrible. He doesn't do anything to wrong her in the movie. She's just attracted to Leo, and I get it. Me too. Like, I would be there as well. But also maybe be like, hey, this like dude who's dirt poor, who won a hand of poker to get on this fucking boat, I'm shacking up with him. Bye.
And she lets him die.
Look, Mythbusters did a thing. They could not both be on there. But also, just try.
The door would have gone down.
Buoyancy. Yes.
Yeah.
There's too much weight and it would have not have hold up.
That's just common sense. Even she knew.
Good for her.
Yeah.
But also, fuck her, man. Like, Billy Zane was a good guy. He had a lot of money. He bought her that fucking awesome necklace that she still had and they were looking for. She's the worst fucking character in cinema. The whole
Easy.
hold on.
extreme.
No, the whole point of the movie is Bill Paxton and that huge crew to go out to the Titanic is looking for the heart or whatever it's called, or the ocean, or whatever the fucking necklace is. That whole idea is for them to go to do this. They're paying how much money for this expedition down to the Titanic to find this necklace? And she got that bitch in her back pocket the whole time?
I still don't feel like that makes her
I mean,
worst ever.
if you had something like that, would you tell people?
She doesn't.
they were looking
She
for it?
fucking throws it in at the end.
Oh yeah.
She could have been like, "I'm dying. Here, have it." Nope.
That's
Put it in a
But don't-
That's
museum
in a
with the
Britney
rest of your
Spears.
fake
It's a Britney
Titanic.
Spears song. She says that in a Britney.
I'm glad that you know that. What song?
Lucky maybe.
I like
Don't-
Britney Spears.
Don't
Yeah,
look at me
she,
with a
like-
question mark at the end of that because I don't know.
No, I don't. I don't even know why she's. I think it's Lucky, but she says like somewhere in it, like the old lady there's an ocean at the end.
Yeah. Fuck that lady.
Wow, that's good. Why did she even say that?
Because she's thinking the same thing. I'm calling Brittany after this. Like, yo, yes, we're on the same wavelength. Give me your knives and we'll play with them together. Nobody got that? Okay, fine.
No.
Tomatometer time. Rotten Tomato score. What do we think the critics and audience gave this out of 100%? Bad Boys 2. Nope. We're going to you first. I don't want any help over
Go
here.
ahead and continue my research.
What is this out of 10? What is this?
100%.
100%. 72.
For the critics or the audience?
Oh, that's right.
Yep. Better the fuck that old lady throwing
Yeah,
a fucking
critics.
necklace.
I'm going critics
over
for
the
72.
Critics,
I'm gonna go up
72.
to 85 for
85,
audience.
okay? Audience love this movie is what you're saying.
I think so.
Okay.
Critics, I'm going 61. Audience, I'm going to go 75.
Audience was 78. Critics, 23.
Oof.
Oh
Okay.
Think about it.
That's a
no,
big
you're,
jump,
it's
though.
it's not.
It's not very critically acclaimed.
No.
movie.
Not 23, maybe 40s.
Yeah. 23 is very low.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the first one was like in the 50s.
I don't
60.
remember.
You should fucking know this.
You should have it on.
You
the
didn't
website.
You didn't get there. You didn't figure it out.
I don't do that. No, I don't. I don't do any of the extra real stuff on the website.
The
by
Britney
way.
Spears thing? It was an interlude. And
Interlude. Oh, in between
what?
songs.
Yeah, in
She was
between
like,
songs.
"Fuck that old lady," throwing that over
what was
the
the deal with that
Oh,
random
but it was-
Titanic interlude and Britney Spears' Oops, I Did It Again?
right.
That's the album.
Oh,
Yes. That is the album.
Oops, I did it again. I'll play with your heart. Get lost in the game. Oh, baby, baby. Dude, I want to say something. Me and the wife watched the documentary series the other day, and it was on TRL. Man, do I miss those
TRL?
days. Yeah.
TV
was
was
some-
so much better back then.
Well,
Like
not-
the channels.
Well, yeah, because
know?
that's what people paid attention to. That was the only thing that was there. So that was curbing the world, right? Now it's doesn't matter, you know.
It is actually in the song. Oops, I did it again.
Oh
Oh.
fuck, when? I don't remember this. I think I would know that. It's got to be.
I guess maybe it was from the music video,
Mm.
so that's why I'm remembering it.
I remember watching MTV's making the video of that video.
I
don't
remember
remember the
that.
Titanic part.
I don't either.
I remember that show.
Do you remember MTV's Becoming,
Mm-mm.
where they had just random people off the street that they would find to then become a band or music act to reenact a music video?
Randomly picked fan of an artist to reproduce a music video by the artist.
That's
Oh.
exactly what I just said. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like how Britney Spears is the first.
Britney Spears, Blink-182, I think Mariah Carey. There was not Linkin Park. There was Eminem. I remember there was a whole bunch. Dude,
That
like,
sounds like fun.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like TV back in that time was fun, like all this stuff. But again, that's what everybody watched, so they could do whatever they wanted. Now it's you got to get my attention. You know what I mean?
Just
Like,
want reality TV.
right. Well, think about it. Like MTV's Next or Room Raiders or all that bullshit. Like you were watching.
forgot
it.
about that show.
What was the?
Can't play music on here.
Yeah, you can if it's 30 seconds or less.
Oh, okay, cool.
What was the parent? I
Oh,
fucking
shit, I went
remember
down and
that.
got it for you. Yeah,
Oops.
yeah.
I do remember
The
the show which the parents were picking who the person dated. Do you remember that on MTV?
Mhm.
What was
oh
Mm.
it? Parental Advisory.
yeah.
How do I remember that?
I don't know.
I watched so much
Parental
TV.
Control.
Parental Control. Okay. I watched so much TV
That was such a fun show.
back in the day that it's ridiculous. I was
What was when they were called like Next or something?
That's what we were just saying. Next,
I missed that. Sorry.
Room Raiders,
Yeah.
all that shit.
The one show where they sent the kids off to a different family's house when they're like bad
Oh
kids.
yeah. I remember
fuck
that.
was
I
that
don't
called?
know. Something weird.
I'm gonna find out.
He's gonna
Bag.
find out. Did you guys watch a lot of VH1 back in the day, like all like the Rock of Love or Flavor of Love? No, where like all the celebrities were trying to find a mate.
I remember To the Tequila Show.
She's a Nazi now.
Is she?
Yeah,
Oof.
There was something
Will
that
Shipley's parents.
she had brain damage or something. Like she fell off a roof
back
or
to the
something.
celebrity looking for
Sorry,
love thing.
yep.
There was something that. What was Travis Kelce on?
I don't know.
He was on. He was on.
After appearance.
Or there was maybe. Or no, I think that maybe he had his own
Turned
show.
Hitler devotee.
I don't know.
Oh
Yes.
God.
I'm not wrong, am I?
Has been deprived of some of the oxygen that kept her
Catching Kelsey. It was his own show.
Oh, did he find love?
When was that?
Yes, he's dating Taylor Swift.
Did the
That's
show?
Travis.
2016.
Did the show help him?
No.
No, he might have
I
went.
don't
Fuck all
know.
these people. I just like music. What if there was a
In
girl
search
he
of his
started dating?
soulmate, NFL player Travis Kelce dates one woman from each state.
That's a lot of women.
50 to be exact.
51 if you include Puerto
Puerto
Rico.
Rico.
Yeah.
No,
And you
it's-
know he
it
went
says
down there.
50.
Oh, well, that's
Fuck Puerto Rico, I guess.
Puerto Rico might have had that might have been
Probably
the
had the
winner.
one.
Yeah, exactly. God damn.
But then we wouldn't have Travis.
What
Kelce.
if he was never a Taylor Swift fan and one of those girls was like, "Oh, you got to listen to Taylor."
And then he was like, I love her.
It's like, "Oh my god,
And now he's in love with her.
he's in it."
There are engagement rumors.
Oh God. Don't get her
Good for
started.
them. You've seen all the things like, "Oh my god, now she's like drinking and partying and it's not good for her." Let her live her life.
Yeah, you tell him.
Thank you.
Leave Brittany alone.
Leave her alone.
Oh, well, I mean, she's not shaving her head and stuff, but
Not yet. I get it though. Think about it. If you could not go anywhere
No, it's
without
crazy.
being mobbed, and then you're wrong when it's like, "Hey, can you just move so I can go
yeah, no,
somewhere?"
it's. I
I'd
mean,
shave my fucking head too.
Yeah, the whole thing is crazy.
I want to be in Slipknot. If I was ever a famous person, you don't know my face, you don't know who I am. I can go wherever I please. No one's gonna know. I take it
Yeah.
back. I want to be a professional hockey player that plays in Nashville, Tennessee. Nobody fucking cares, right? Take it back. Arizona. No, Arizona's not a team. Vegas. No, there's nothing in Vegas. I want to play in Seattle because you're so close to Canada. You're so close. No, but it's always raining there.
So you know what?
It's
I
actually
think
not bad out there. I
I've
kinda like
actually
it.
thought
Yeah.
about.
I lived there.
No. okay.
There's an actress from Vampire Diaries that I follow. I love her.
Nina Dobrev.
No.
Fuck her.
Dobrev. Is that cool? She
Alright,
just fell
the
on like a
actress
skateboard or
is-
something and broke
As
her
a
neck.
person, we don't.
No.
we just
Still
didn't
don't
like
like
her
her as an
character.
actress.
She was on
Um,
Degrassi, so I fucking hate her too.
Mm-hmm.
She left Degrassi for that show, and I was like,
That's not
"Come
who I was
on."
talking about. But no, one of the who obviously would have been more popular at the time, but it was still like a CW show. It wouldn't have been like as high level,
Okay.
like of stalker
Sure,
as
sure.
other things. And she still has the popularity of it, obviously. Like she still has the celebrity, she can still do movies, whatever. But
Candace?
yeah. But she can still be relatively normal at this point. She can go to these Comic-Con things and get, whatever. But at this point, she had that moment. She was younger, but not too young that it would
Mhm.
like emotionally or mentally scar her as much. But now she's just like,
Living her best life.
I'm like famous, but not like people follow me around and show up at my house and break into my house famous.
Touche. Speaking of CW, there's a show that I think you guys need to start watching. It's called iZombie.
Well,
See
seen it
the whole thing?
like the first 2 seasons. Is there
and
more
then
than
you,
that?
and then you just went there.
Yeah. I do that.
It's really good.
It wasn't bad.
It's really good.
I didn't mind it.
You would like it. Trust
I
me.
probably would.
Yeah.
I really want him to watch OC.
Dude, yeah. First 2
What are
episodes.
we watching? What? Oh, we moved to the originals. Never mind.
The originals.
Mm-hmm.
It's a spinoff of Vampire Diaries.
Yeah. Give him 2 episodes.
you
I bet
watched
you
it?
he'll be. No, I'm not a Vampire
Then
Diaries guy.
don't.
Okay, you're
make
right. You're
me.
right. 2 episodes. Shit. The end of the first episode he's in.
Of
OC.
before we started the originals, that was
Yeah.
one of the ones I suggested. I was like, Steve likes it. I thought that was going to get him.
You wanted? I was in the mood to watch a comedy.
It's kind of funny.
It is.
Welcome to
I
the
thought
OC.
that's why I thought it was.
bitch.
I said that. What I meant.
Because I put that in our calendar.
Yeah, when we went to Ocean City, it said like
Nice.
OC trip biatch or something, and it made me think of the OC.
You should watch it. It's really good.
I know. I want.
We'll get there.
The
I
first
think you'd
season's
like
like
it.
35 episodes,
I
and
think-
it's
I
so
think you'd like
wild.
it.
Yeah, it's wild.
I
And then
think-
How and why?
the way Fox did it was super weird. They like ordered the pilot, and they went, "This is really good. Let's order a series of whatever." And then they went, "Wait a second, we need more." And then they ordered another series on top of the series. So then they ended up having like, it's not 35, it's like 28 or something, but it's really fucking long compared to the 12 and the next
Mhm.
whatever.
I mean, I think you'd like it. Here's the thing.
If you're
You can't
nostalgic,
go into it thinking it's going to be like incredible.
have
Like it's
no
going to be
idea
great
what this show is
acting
even
or anything
about.
like that.
if you're nostalgic for the 2000s, this is the show for you.
It's good.
The bands of the
Seth
2000s
Cohen
Seth
is
is the man. Okay.
it's amazing.
They have a it's not a restaurant, it's a club. Where were they? What was the where they go and all the bands are there always?
Oh,
the
yeah,
first
yeah,
season?
the bait shop.
The bait shop. There's this fucking place they go to, and there's bands there every night, and they're all the bands that we listen to. Like Fall Out Boy is on this fucking show playing live.
Have we ever, did we talk about One Tree Hill? Have you ever watched One Tree Hill?
I'm not on One Tree. I've tried. it's too.
Well, just
it's too
you
far.
saying that kind of made me feel like that because
Sure.
they had Trick and they would have
Mhm.
a lot of bands on. I One Tree Hill had a great soundtrack.
I agree with that.
Great soundtrack.
Again, I think I watched the first like 3 seasons, and I was like, I just can't.
That's
The same thing like
fine.
with Charmed. You remember Charmed?
Yeah.
I used to fucking love that show. Terrible show, but I
Mm.
was in, and then I was like, this isn't good, and I was out.
Yeah.
Speaking
What's
of, what,
Charmed.
you've never heard of Charmed?
No.
The Three Sister like witches.
Oh.
You know who Alyssa Milano is?
Mm-hmm.
You're fine. Come on.
Yeah. Didn't watch it.
I think that-
Uh-huh.
I think you could probably watch One Tree Hill too.
Look,
Would you? I
Randy.
don't know if you'd enjoy it as much as other things, but I think you could. Denzel, I think enjoyed it.
So, look, Randy, I'm going to say this right now. I will stop this episode, and we will watch the first episode of the OC after this. I will
We'll
hold your
watch it
hand
when
while
we get
do it.
home, and we'll watch it.
I want to watch it with you. Anyways, back to Bad Boys. Who was your favorite character?
You going to her first or me? Doesn't matter.
Whoever wants.
Do you have one? Mine's Will Smith.
I was gonna say Will Smith.
I just love Will Smith.
That's easy.
So
I-
obviously,
yeah.
but I
he's
also
great, he's great,
obviously I
but-
still like the lead captain.
I was gonna say that's mine. I love the captain.
Captain,
The
yeah.
part where like rub your ears. Just
Yeah.
rub your
Woosah.
ears.
Woosah.
It's funny. There's definitely some good characters in this too. But I mean, who steals the show? I mean, Will Smith.
Yeah.
You know,
Obviously.
like, come on, man.
Martin Lawrence is pretty funny
he's pretty
too.
good too. He didn't make a song for this though.
I know,
Kind of mad about that.
I think
and they never learned the Bad Boys song,
He could have just remixed the Bad Boys song.
and then made it. And
His
he
own.
could have had the chorus of it, and then
Bad
did verse.
Boys.
Yeah,
What are you doing, Will Smith? Do it now.
idiot.
Do it now.
There better be a new one, a new song, in this new movie.
What you gonna do when they come for you?
Bad Boys, Bad
Thank you.
Boys.
they were singing it in that
Jump
TikTok
out
I
the
sent you
front
that
to
disappeared
be-
before you watched it.
Oh,
The actual words, or were they doing it? From front to front to be?
I don't know. I think they
'Cause
did.
that's all I know.
I think they didn't know the words.
Yeah.
they didn't know.
I wouldn't learn it.
yeah,
At that
I
point,
wouldn't
you
either.
can't learn them.
Right. I've been in these movies for how long? I'm not learning the words.
No.
I've never
it was
watched
weird
Cops.
that they deleted it though. Like immediately.
Oh, maybe they got a cease and desist.
I don't know. It was very weird. I saw it and then I sent it to him, and then by the time he was telling me he was not going to watch it because he thought I was sending him some kind of spoiler.
Fuck you! I ain't watching this.
I
I
was
really
like, well, it's
did.
not there anymore, anyways.
Can't see it anyway. Okay. Favorite party scene. You guys got to think about this because you know you haven't seen it in like 17 weeks. A bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do
date.
when you pick up
the guy picking up the daughter.
100%. That's the best fucking
Oh
part of the movie.
yeah, shit. You at least 30.
That or them talking in the video store is pretty funny to me
Mm-hmm.
because,
I-
like,
It was good too.
You motherfuckers need
But
Jesus.
The guy picking up the daughter. I think there's so much I liked about that, but I think part of it too is that they were kind of in a thing, and then immediately like that's not relevant because we have to like intimidate this guy coming
That's
to
a
pick
good
up my
point. Yeah,
daughter.
because they're mad. Because at that point, that's when he finds out he's dating
Yeah.
his sister, and they're fucking yelling at each other or mad at each other. Then this guy comes out, and there's
We're
like,
like, all right,
"Fuck
pause
this guy!"
this.
Right? Yeah.
Like, let's focus all of our energy on this guy.
Me and my cousin used to say that line all the time
Nice.
for whatever
And that
reason.
poor guy just standing there like,
I know, right?
oh my god.
How old are you? 16? Shit, you're at least 30. Waving his gun in his face. Like, God.
And I love that
It's
like the wife and the daughter are like coming in, and she's like apologizing, but she's also just so like this is just a normal like Tuesday activity. She's like,
This
yeah, all
is-
right, come on.
This is how it happens.
Sorry
Come
about
on
that.
in.
Like, come on.
That's funny. Yeah. Any what the fuck moments for you guys? Anything
I
that made you
mean,
say,
it's
"What?"
kind of weird having just dead bodies rolling around
Yeah.
on the streets.
Yeah, true.
Could you imagine driving down the street and just,
Fucking Jigga. Yeah. Yes, I can imagine.
oh, okay.
I wouldn't like
Canada's a weird place.
yeah, apparently. Yeah. Well, no, I've done this thing where, like, you know, if a funeral procession goes by you and you're like, oh, I could just get in the fucking line. No one's gonna know. Put my hazards on. I'm just gonna roll with them. You're like, what happens if that door, they hit a bump and that door flings open and that casket comes out and the casket hits the ground. The guy just goes blah on the ground. You just go, "Doo-doo, oops, he's already dead.
And then you're leaving.
Yeah, he's already dead. I mean,
I've never thought about that before.
oh, so just me? Okay.
Yeah.
Not a single time. I do every
Just-
time I'm behind something with a bunch of with the wood on it.
Yeah,
I
you're doing
just
the final destination.
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
can't not. Also thought about that with canning beds.
Oh my god. Have you seen
Oh.
all of the final destinations?
Hmm. I like how they bring it back.
I don't know actually.
Have you seen the one with the escalator?
That sounds really familiar.
Escalator, escalator,
That
escalator.
sounds. It sounds really.
Every
familiar.
time I'm going up an escalator, that's what I think is going to happen. Is they're going to like open up and I'm going to get sucked in and just shredded. But that's not how they work. But it's
No.
fine. It's going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Oh, it's going to happen.
Okay.
I'm going to get shredded.
I fell down one as a kid.
That's actually how he's gonna.
You
die.
fell on one?
I fell down one.
I bet you that hurt.
Yeah.
They're sharp.
I just always
Yeah.
had the shoelace fear.
Oh, yeah. It's going to
like
suck
shoe-
you in
yeah.
and just take the shoe. But you can't get the shoe off in time and it just takes you with you.
Yeah,
That's why you don't wear shoelaces.
I know.
Just because of that. Never.
I'm
It's
like,
never going to
pick
happen.
my- I'm like,
Right.
"Ugh." I'm gonna hold them with my hands.
I do a weird thing where I pick my foot up and just let it go over.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've done that.
And I'm waiting for it to catch and then suck my heel in and just this is it.
I'm done.
I'm ready for it.
Done
Take
for.
me. Take me now.
This is how I go.
The fun facts of the fucking week. Scenes from the movie were filmed at the Birdhouse in Delray Beach, Florida. The mansion stood nearly completed and vacant for years before it was purchased. The new owner advertised in Variety for a movie company to use the mansion in a movie and blow it up. By the end of filming, only the swimming pool was left.
Damn.
That's fun.
Think about that for a second, though.
I want to do
This
that.
dude bought this mansion and said, just fucking blow it up.
Fuck it.
Is he getting
Let's do it.
insurance money from that?
Please survive your bachelor party.
No, that sounds like fun.
I haven't even, I need to
You
plan
need to
that.
plan it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops. Or maybe I
slacker.
just said that.
Oh, I
It's
told
already
Brett the other
planned.
day. So
Oh.
that's done.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. What?
Not public knowledge on later.
Just seems like a weird
During-
topic to-
I needed to say it before I forgot.
What, on the podcast? Probably not.
I was going to forget.
It's out there now.
That's
During
fine.
the freeway chase scene, Michael Bay attached cameras to a couple of stunt cars and asked the drivers to crash into the falling cars in order to capture never-before-seen shots.
They had fun with this.
Yes. So you remember in the movie I just talked about, Fall Guys, an hour ago,
Yeah.
where they fuck up that camera. They
Mhm.
literally said, do that.
We walked out
That's
of
so
that movie
cool.
and he was like, I want to be a stunt double.
Yeah.
Until you wake up every day and go, oh my
I
God.
already do. What's the
No,
difference?
you don't.
It would be
Not
Yeah.
like that.
worse.
Not like that.
Okay.
Okay.
It seems like fun.
You gotta be able to like pick up your kid and stuff.
Yeah.
You can with like a bunch of metal rods in them.
Yeah.
Also, yes, it would be awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Set me on fire.
right. Again, just every time. It's fine. You see that jump right there? Yeah, we're going off it.
It's cool.
Falling down those steps. My back's not going to like it, but it don't matter. I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
Wonder how much they
Throw
do
me
get
into a
paid.
rock.
Just get up. Do it again. It's fine. While this movie was shooting on one side of Cape Florida State Park on Key Biscayne,
Not enough.
60
Sorry.
grand.
No, 17.23 an hour.
That's average.
That's average.
So there's probably people.
High 24
No way.
as of
That's
May
what
11th,
ZipRecruiter
2024 on
says.
ZipRecruiter. And I feel like
I
they would
doubt that.
This,
There's got to be
know.
people.
Another one says 46,000 a year.
There's no way.
This one says 10 to
that says
260.
218 annually.
Okay, I'm good with that.
So you just have to be a stunt double for somebody that's bigger, probably.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or doing more stunts
Right.
or dangerous stunts.
Sure. I would assume it's not
A
an
stunt
annually.
or ranger.
Oh, that's fun. I don't think it's an annual type thing. I think it's like a movie star where you're getting paid to be in the movie,
Yeah.
right? So hey, you're getting $100 grand to play this part. Okay, you're the stunt guy. We're giving you $100 grand to do these stunts. Or maybe it's by stunt and how dangerous the stunt is.
Sold.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
doing it.
Put an extra napalm thing on there. 50 more grand. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blow
Says
me up.
70
I like fire.
as the average.
Cool.
70 per film. Sure. Let's go.
You get to be in movies.
I think that's for TV.
Oh,
Oh.
fuck the TV.
I mean, I'll
we
do
don't want
TV
that.
too.
Get off my computer.
I'll be on the CW. It's fine. I'll be in the Flash. I'll take a fucking
Yeah.
back.
It'd just be cool to meet actors like that.
Sometimes you don't meet them.
That's fucked.
You got to think. Sometimes you're not on the same set they are.
Yeah.
Hey, you're there just to take the fall on Tuesday.
They're
He's
a
there on Friday.
celebrity. You're just a guy.
But
they're
also,
using.
going back to what we said, no one's going to know who you are. And you're,
Yeah.
and cool.
But your name's in the credits somewhere.
When you're sitting there watching the movie,
Yeah, that's me.
sorry, it's
Going
going
We
up.
just sit through the entire credit. Oh, look right there.
Cool. Can we leave?
The movie has been over for 10 minutes.
Up. Anyways, while this movie was shooting on one side of Cape Florida State Park, Too Fast, Too Furious was filming on the other side of the park.
Dope.
I knew you would say that.
I like it.
Dope. Yeah, why not?
Oh, my favorite
Mike.
movie, so.
You're so predictable.
Mike uses the same line near the end of both movies with just a little change. First, that's how you're supposed to drive from now on. That's how you drive. In the second, that's how you're supposed to shoot from now on. That's how you shoot.
It's just teaching him,
You're right.
you know?
I'm just showing you.
Yeah.
It's fine. This is the first theatrical role for Megan Fox, who had just turned 15. She was an extra in the bar scene. They dressed her in a bikini, high heels, and a cowboy hat and brought her on set to meet with Michael Bay. When Bay said she'll do, someone pointed out that she was only 15, so she can't be sitting at the bar drinking, so Bay said have her dance under a waterfall.
I would have never known she was in this movie.
Right. The reason why I want to say that is because, well, now she's in the next Michael Bay movie, Transformers, and then the next Michael Bay movie, Transformers 2, and then she's not in the third one because she said he is Hitler.
Oh.
And he went
And it's only worth $500 million too, so trash.
trash, right? Yeah. Which
Yeah.
still is a lot. Come on.
Yeah, I
let's be-
know.
yeah, whatever.
Oh, Megan.
Good
Megan.
old toe thumbs. It's fine. It's good. Anyways, final decision time out of 10. What would we give it? Would we recommend it? Is it a must watch or a skip?
You want to go first? Go ahead.
Why?
Why not?
Oh,
In the
maybe
original.
an 8, maybe?
Oh, wow.
7, 8.
7,
somewhere.
8. 7.5.
Sure.
Sure.
I got 7.5.
Well, what's
I
your
think-
favorite movie of all time?
Oh, that's hard. What's one of your favorite movies of all time? That's
What do you think would be like a perfect movie to you?
I don't think a perfect movie exists.
Touche.
Well, Well, that's hard. But see, here's the thing: is like,
I'm only asking so you can like base.
well,
Yeah,
that
what's your
doesn't- that
barometer,
doesn't,
yeah.
that doesn't really work for me either, though, because I also think there's like I feel like I have like a different internal criteria depending on like what the movie is. Like,
Okay.
I feel like I like if my favorite movie is like a rom-com. I actually don't know what my favorite movie ever is. I'm
okay.
gonna have to think about this now. But like my favorite movie ever, if it's like a rom-com, I wouldn't like rate it with the same criteria as I would like an action movie.
Sure.
Also because like I thought this was a good movie and I would put it probably like 7.5, whatever. But I think again, what I just also generally do when I'm rating is I also think like maybe this isn't like the typical movie I would like. For me personally, I would always go watch.
Right, you're not gonna put
because
this
I'm
on.
not like a
Yeah.
huge like action movie person. But if I were,
Sure. This would be up there.
I think this is a good movie. Yeah.
Keeps your attention.
There
keeps
was a
things
lot
going.
of there's a lot of like stuff blowing up and running. Like I could have done without some of it.
Michael Bay. That's what he does.
Yeah, I could have done without some of that.
Have
Like,
we gone 5 minutes without something blowing up? Blow something up.
Yeah, I could have done without some of that. But overall, I still felt like it kept me entertained.
It's a good movie.
Randy?
I'd give it an 8. Like I said, this was the movie that I watched as a kid all the time. So it has like a nostalgic.
Really concerning.
Well, it is what it is.
I mean, it's not that
It has a
concerning.
nostalgic,
I said
nostalgic
slightly.
feel to me.
I added the word slightly.
Slightly.
Here's slightly.
Only slightly.
And there was, it's funny. It has a lot of action. There's nothing really that I would wish they did better in the movie.
Sure.
I think it's good as is. There's nothing they really could have added or taken away either. So I'm just going to go with an 8. And of course,
Okay.
I love Will Smith. So
Love good old Will.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm going to give this a 7.5. I think it ups the ante from the previous and makes Will Smith more involved since he is now, at this point, one of the biggest stars on the planet. And this movie does justice with that. Overall, this movie is better shot, acted, and has way more of everything that I like, but still just toes the line of being a little bit better than the first or the original Bad Boys. 7.5, like I said.
it is better.
I think that I
Yeah.
forget like now how great and how big Will Smith was.
A lot of people do. Just because
'Cause he's
now,
not really-
right, he's not as big.
Yeah.
But back
not as
then,
relevant
man,
now.
god damn, was he not the
He-
biggest thing ever.
And he was good. Like, I even when I remember like he was really big, I'll go back and watch a movie. I'm like, this is why. Like he was just really good.
Watch Men in Black and be like, this is not this is
Great,
amazing.
yeah.
it's
I
fucking
was
good
there
for
was
him.
something Hitch. I was talking
Hitch
about
is good, too.
recently.
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
love
we should
Hitch.
watch that. That's a great movie.
When he turns and looks at himself, damn, like, yeah, it's good.
This is good.
Even you don't even realize Kevin Smith, yeah, Kevin Smith is in that. Not Kevin Smith, Kevin.
What did
Bacon.
No,
no.
I'm just naming Kevins that I know.
fucking guy from King of Queens. Why can't I think of his
Mhm.
last name? Whatever. Him
Kevin
being in that.
James?
Kevin James. Thank you. God damn. Him being in that.
Did
I
you do that on your own?
I mistaked a
Yeah.
fat man for
Good
another fat
job.
man. Yeah, good job, Randy.
Kevin
you-
Smith.
You forget that he's in that, and you're like, oh, that's even good too. And it was a good movie. I really like it. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch Hitch.
Who is
No, I've
who's
seen
the
Hitch.
director?
Oh, okay.
That's how I know Brent looks like him when he's swollen.
Oh, why is he swollen?
And Hitch?
Brent.
Oh, well, I don't know. He just swells. You remember that? Remember the picture?
Brent.
Brent.
I thought you said Brett. I'm like, why is everyone
Brent.
swollen around you?
Brent.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Kevin Smith, James
I did
Hardenbach.
say that when Brent was swelling up. I said that I was like, "Are you infecting people?"
Everyone's getting. Are you? You're. I like it. Anyways, hey, thanks for listening at this point to the extra reel Bad Boys 2. We're gonna do, I guess, Bad Boys for Life
Life.
coming up before we do the actual Bad
3 Life.
Boys 3 Life. Bad Boys. What is it? Ride or Die.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever that's
Whenever it
coming
comes
out.
out.
I'm pretty sure it's like next week,
No, it's June.
which is like next week.
No, it's not.
June is
What
very
movie is
soon.
this? Bad Boys. Ride or Die.
June is next week.
Comes out, release date June 5th.
That's
That's soon. 2 weeks.
next week. June 1st is Saturday.
So we have to do For Life soon.
So we could do it not next Tuesday, maybe next
Yeah.
Wednesday. Next week, I guess we're doing that,
Sometime.
and then I guess we're going to see. Well, we're not going on Friday the 7th to go see. Right, well, if it comes out on the 5th, we can do Thursday. We'll figure it out. Anyways, People out there, thanks for listening. Thanks for
Oh,
getting through us
goodness.
talking and figuring out our lives. If you want to like us, follow us, do your thing at The Decision Reel, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You're watching us
YouTube.
on YouTube. If you are watching us, like and favorite, subscribe, do your thing. Thanks for listening, and see us on the next one.
Goodbye.